Chosen one, what is about to happen in your life within the next 24 hours will not be like any other day you have ever lived. There is a shift already in motion, a stirring in the unseen realm, a divine orchestration that is aligning everything around you. You may think this is just another cycle of morning to evening, but heaven has marked this period differently. Invisible hands are arranging encounters, conversations, and opportunities that will carry your name, even into places you have never imagined. What has been silent will suddenly speak. What has been still will suddenly move. This is the kind of moment where you will look back and say, "That was the day everything started to change." Before we go deeper into this message, I want you to stay with me until the very end of this video. These words are not random, they are a direct signal to your spirit. I also want you to take part in activating this energy in your life. Write your warmest wishes in the comments, along with the number 777. This number is a powerful sign of divine alignment and completion. By doing this, you are declaring to the universe that you are ready to receive, ready to align, and ready to see your wishes manifest into reality. This is your way of putting your energy into motion. You might not realize it yet, but the next 24 hours are already in the making. Not by human plans, but by divine strategy. The timing of your steps, the people you will encounter, the messages you will receive, even the sudden ideas that come into your mind, all will be divinely appointed. You are going to notice that small coincidences will start stacking on top of each other until you realize they are not coincidences at all. That's how the universe speaks, through patterns, synchronicities, and undeniable alignments. And right now, those patterns are converging in your favor. The energy around you is shifting. Think of it like a current beneath the surface of a calm ocean. You might not see the movement with your eyes, but you can feel the pull, the unseen push that carries you forward. That's what's happening to you right now. People who are meant to cross your path are being moved into place. Certain obstacles are quietly being removed. The ideas that you've been putting off, the opportunities that felt far away, they are about to take shape with unusual speed. It will feel almost unreal, like the clock is ticking differently for you. For some of you, the next 24 hours will bring clarity, answers you've been waiting for, signs that confirm what your spirit already knew. For others, it will bring an opening. A door you didn't expect to open will suddenly become accessible. And for a few, it will bring a release. The letting go of something that's been weighing you down for too long, making space for something better. No matter which it is, all of it will be designed to push you toward your highest path. You will also find that in these hours, your sensitivity to energy will heighten. You may feel more aware of people's true intentions, more intuitive about decisions, more protective of your peace. Trust those feelings. They are your compass. The divine does not send signs for you to ignore them. Pay attention to conversations, to numbers you keep seeing, to dreams that linger when you wake. Every detail has meaning now. Do not underestimate how quickly life can change when you are in alignment. You may go to bed tonight thinking things are the same and wake up tomorrow with an entirely new chapter unfolding. This is why you are being called to remain expectant, to keep your heart open and your faith steady. Even if you can't yet see the details, trust that the preparation is already complete. The delivery is on its way. This window of time is rare, not because it's 24 hours, but because it's divinely charged. It's like the air is carrying messages for you, and you just need to be present enough to catch them. Don't waste this time on distractions, arguments, or anything that drains your energy. Your focus needs to be sharp. Your spirit needs to be receptive. This is a time to lean in, to listen, and to allow the unfolding to happen without forcing it. Some of you may even feel a strange calm, as though something within you already knows that the battle is over. That calm is not emptiness. It's the peace that comes when the outcome has already been decided in your favor. It's a sign that the next 24 hours will not just be different, they will be unforgettable. If you are reading this and something in your heart is stirring, that's your confirmation. You are not just living through another day, you are walking into a divine appointment. What you thought was delayed is arriving. What you thought was lost is returning. And what you thought was impossible is already in motion. This is just the beginning of the message. And the deeper I go, the more I'll reveal the exact ways these 24 hours will unfold in your favor. The atmosphere around you is becoming charged, almost electric. If you pay close attention, you will notice that the world feels slightly different. The colors sharper, the air lighter, the moments more meaningful. This isn't your imagination. It's the signal that divine activity is underway. When heaven is about to shift something in your favor, it often begins subtly, like a gentle wind before the storm. In the next 24 hours, those subtle signals will turn into undeniable signs. You might notice delays suddenly clearing without explanation. A person you've been trying to reach may contact you first. That no you thought was final could transform into an unexpected yes. The key is to remain alert and receptive, because this period is not about random luck. It is about divine orchestration. You are not stumbling into blessings, they are being placed in your path with precision. Every moment is purposeful. There is also something important you need to understand. The next 24 hours are not only about what you will receive, but about what you will release. Heaven does not pour new wine into old wineskins. Some habits, thoughts, or attachments that no longer serve you will start to feel heavier, almost uncomfortable. This is intentional. The discomfort is a sign that you are being pushed out of a smaller version of yourself. You can't carry outdated fears or limitations into the next chapter. They will break under the weight of what's coming. Pay close attention to your spirit during this time. You may find yourself drawn to certain people, messages, or even places without knowing why. Follow those impulses. They are not accidents. They are guided steps. Sometimes your soul knows where you need to be long before your mind understands it. The divine works in currents and pulls, and right now you are being carried towards something meant for you alone. There is a sacred intensity to these hours. Time will feel strange. Some moments may seem to rush, while others stretch endlessly. That's because you are no longer moving on a regular clock. You are moving on divine time. On this clock, breakthroughs happen faster, clarity comes sooner, and opportunities arrive before you're ready. This is why you must keep your heart and hands open. If something comes to you before you plan for it, trust that it's still the right moment. And yet, even as things begin to align, you may encounter resistance. The closer you get to your breakthrough, the more the old world will try to pull you back. Distractions, sudden doubts, or unnecessary conflicts may appear, not because you are off track, but because you are on the verge of stepping into a new level. Recognize them for what they are, tests of focus. In the next 24 hours, your ability to protect your energy will be as important as your ability to receive. If your spirit feels restless tonight, know that it's because something in you is anticipating the shift. This restlessness isn't anxiety. It's your inner knowing that change is approaching. You are not simply going to watch it happen. You will feel it move through you, rearranging your thoughts, your connections, and your circumstances. You are walking into hours where a single conversation can open doors that would normally take years to unlock, where a seemingly ordinary event can carry divine weight, where a simple yes can set off a chain of blessings that ripple for the rest of your life. This is why you are being prepared, so that when the moment arrives, you will not hesitate, you will not doubt, and you will not let it slip through your hands. These 24 hours are like standing in the eye of a storm, but instead of chaos, you are surrounded by clarity. Everything else fades away, and you see only what truly matters. That's when you'll realize this was never about luck or coincidence. It was about divine timing, and you were ready for it all along. The hours ahead will feel like the air is whispering to you. Small moments, which others might overlook, will stand out in ways you can't explain. A stranger's passing comment might feel like it was meant just for you. A song might play at the exact moment you need its message. Even the rhythm of the world, the hum of traffic, the pattern of footsteps, the flicker of light, will seem to echo something only your spirit can hear. This is how the divine lets you know you're in alignment. Your intuition will be your loudest guide in this time. It will not shout, it will nudge, it will pull, it will stir something deep inside you. If you feel the urge to pause before speaking, to walk down a different street, to check your messages at an odd time, follow that instinct. The next 24 hours are not operating by logic. They are flowing on the current of unseen design. You are being placed where you need to be, not where you expected to be. Some of you will feel an unusual clarity about decisions you've been avoiding. Something that felt impossible to choose between will suddenly become obvious. You'll know exactly what to say yes to and what to walk away from, without the old fear of making the wrong choice. That confidence isn't coming from you alone. It's being infused into you by the same source that's shaping these hours. It's also important to understand that these 24 hours are not only about events outside of you. They are just as much about the inner shift that will occur. You might find yourself remembering moments from years ago with new understanding. Old pain might feel lighter, as though its grip has finally loosened, and some of you will have flashes of the future, visions, dreams, or gut feelings about where your path is heading. These glimpses are not there to tease you. They are there to anchor you in the knowing that what is ahead is worth the faith you've held onto. There will also be a quickening. Opportunities that have been crawling toward you will suddenly arrive as if they were sprinting. Someone might finally give you an answer you've been waiting on for months. A resource or connection you thought you'd have to work hard to find may simply land in your lap. And perhaps most profoundly, you'll realize that some of the things you've been chasing are now chasing you. But with this acceleration comes responsibility. The divine does not waste moments like this on the unprepared. You will be required to step into readiness, even if you feel nervous. The timing will not adjust to your comfort. You will adjust to the timing. That's part of the transformation. You might also notice an increase in synchronicities, repeating numbers, symbols, or themes showing up in multiple places. Pay attention, they are markers on the path, confirming that you are moving exactly as you should. Even if the day feels ordinary to others, you will know it is anything but. By the time these hours are complete, you may not be able to explain everything that happened, but you will feel it. Your energy will shift, your awareness will expand, and something in your soul will know the page has turned. What was once waiting for you is now walking beside you. There will come a moment within these 24 hours when the pace shifts sharply, almost like the tightening of a bow before the arrow is released. You will sense it in your body before you see it in the world. Your heart might feel a sudden rush. Your breath may deepen. Your skin may tingle. This is the breaking point, the instant where the unseen finally presses through into the seen. Everything that has been moving in silence will suddenly make itself known. This is where things begin to happen faster than your mind can process. A message may arrive that changes your plans in an instant. Someone might reach out with an offer or opportunity that feels too perfectly timed to be coincidence. You may overhear words that seem to answer a question you've been asking in private. This is not chaos, it's divine precision unfolding at high speed. And while this rush of events will feel exciting, It may also feel overwhelming. Your old self might want to pause, to think about it, to wait for the perfect moment. But understand this, these moments are the perfect moment. If you hesitate too long, the wave will pass. In this window, you are meant to act, to step forward boldly, to take hold of what is being handed to you. Some of you will notice that resistance becomes loudest here. The enemy of your destiny will try to plant seeds of doubt right as the blessing is within reach. This may show up as fear, confusion, or even unexpected distractions. You might suddenly receive bad news that tries to pull your focus away from the good. Recognize these for what they are, final attempts to keep you from stepping into the shift. The closer you get to the breakthrough, the more fiercely it will be tested. But you will also feel something else in this moment, a quiet strength that wasn't there before. You will realize you are not standing alone in this. The same unseen forces that have been aligning the pieces are now standing beside you, steadying you, ready to help you carry what you're about to receive. This is why you've been prepared, why certain people and habits were removed from your life. So you would have the capacity to hold this without losing yourself in it. And here's the most remarkable part. The release of this breakthrough may not look grand to outsiders. To them, it might be a simple meeting, a short message, a small gesture, but you will feel the weight of it because you will know it is the key to everything that follows. This is the seed that will grow into a tree you'll be harvesting from for years to come. As the hours pass, you'll notice your perception shift again. You will start to see how even the hardest seasons you've endured were leading you here. The betrayals, the closed doors, the delays, none of them were wasted. They were simply preparing the soil for what you're about to plant. And now, that planting begins. When this point in the 24 hours arrives, don't shrink back. Don't convince yourself it's too soon or that you're not ready. You have been walking toward this moment long before you even knew it existed. It belongs to you now. As these 24 hours draw toward their final stretch, something inside you will shift from anticipation to realization. You will no longer be looking forward to when the moment comes. You will understand that you are already standing in it. The air will feel different, lighter, almost as if the world is leaning in to watch what happens next. You'll feel more present than you have in a long time, because you'll know deep down that this is not just another day passing, it is a threshold you've crossed. In these closing hours, certain truths will become undeniable. You will see that what you have received, whether it's an opportunity, a connection, a breakthrough in clarity, or even a deep inner peace, is not random. It was always meant for you, and it could only come to you in this exact moment, in this exact alignment. The delays, the detours, the silent seasons, all of it was designed to bring you to this. For some of you, the final stretch will be marked by confirmation. This could be a conversation where someone unknowingly speaks the exact words you needed to hear. It could be a sign so precise that it removes every trace of doubt from your heart. Or it could be the quiet but powerful feeling of completion, knowing that something has finally come full circle. And as the minutes pass, you will notice gratitude rising within you almost involuntarily. It will pour out of you, not because you feel obligated, but because you will see clearly how far you've come. You'll remember the nights when you questioned whether things would ever change, the times when you felt unseen, the moments you thought you'd reached your end. And you'll realize you were being guided here all along. This gratitude will not just be an emotion, it will be an energy that transforms how you move forward. When you wake up the next day, you will carry this shift with you. The extraordinary will become your new starting point, and you will begin to expect alignment, favor, and divine timing as your natural state, not as a rare exception. In this moment, the cycle completes. You will have stepped fully into the extraordinary, and the hours that follow will no longer feel like ordinary life. They will feel like a continuation of the divine rhythm you've just entered. And from here, each step you take will build upon the momentum of this day. The truth is, you will never go back to how things were before this. You've seen too much, felt too much, and received too much to shrink back into your old ways. The shift has happened, and now it's yours to live in. As the final minutes of these 24 hours approach, the world around you will feel still, not empty, but saturated with meaning. Every sound, every shadow, every breath will seem to carry a quiet message. It has happened. You have crossed into the realm of the extraordinary, and there is no return to what was. In this closing space, the noise of the past will fade. The doubts that once gnawed at you will feel irrelevant, like echoes from another lifetime. The pain that once defined you will no longer hold the same weight, because you will now see it for what it truly was: preparation. Every tear, every setback, every unanswered question was building the strength and clarity you now stand in. You will feel an undeniable awareness that something greater than you has been moving on your behalf. It will be in the way conversations lined up, in the way doors opened without your knocking, in the way answers found you without your searching. It will be impossible to convince yourself that it was just luck. You'll know it was deliberate, divine, and deeply personal. This realization will leave you with a choice: to treat these 24 hours as a beautiful one-time gift, or to let them mark the standard for the rest of your life. And if you choose the latter, you will begin to live differently. You will wake up each day expecting alignment, not chasing it. You will trust the pauses, the silences, the delays, because you'll understand they are not absence, but arrangement. And here's the final truth you'll carry from this day. Once you've tasted the extraordinary, you become a magnet for it. The energy you now hold will ripple into every interaction, every decision, every dream. People will sense it without knowing why. Opportunities will find you with increasing ease. And the moments of divine timing will no longer feel rare. They will feel inevitable. As these hours close, take one last deep breath and allow yourself to feel the weight of it all. You are no longer waiting for your life to change. It has changed. The page has turned, and you are standing at the beginning of a chapter that was always written for you, but could only be unlocked when you were ready. The sun may rise and set as it always has, but after these 24 hours, you will never see it the same way again. The ordinary has been rewritten for you. You will look at the day ahead and know that behind every moment there is a layer of divine engineering you cannot see with human eyes, but can feel with every fiber of your being. You've just lived proof that heaven can compress years of progress into a single day, that destiny can bend time to meet you exactly where you are. In part 7 of this journey, we step into what happens after the extraordinary. This is where the echo of what you've just experienced becomes the soundtrack of your life. You will begin to notice how much lighter your steps feel, how much more open your spirit has become. People may even tell you that something about you is different. They might not have the words for it, but they'll sense it in your eyes, your presence, your energy. That's because you've crossed from merely hoping into fully knowing. The afterglow of these 24 hours isn't just an emotional high. It's a shift in your inner wiring. You will find that you make decisions differently now. Instead of hesitating, you will act from a place of trust. Instead of questioning if you're worthy, you will understand that worthiness was never something you had to earn. It was always written into your being. The moments that once made you anxious will now make you curious, because you've seen how quickly things can turn in your favor. But there's another layer here. These 24 hours weren't only about you. In the coming days, you will notice that the blessings and clarity you received begin to ripple outward. Your words will carry more weight. Your advice will feel more precise. Even your silent presence in someone's life will begin to shift their perspective. This is the quiet responsibility of having walked through divine alignment. You carry it with you, and it changes those around you without effort. There will be days ahead where the memory of this shift will be tested. Moments may come when life tries to pull you back into old fears or convince you that this was a one-time miracle. But if you lean into the truth you've just lived, you will stand firm. You will remember the signs, the precision, the timing, the undeniable way it all came together. And each time you recall it, you will reignite the energy that carried you through these hours. From here forward, the extraordinary will not be an event you wait for. It will be the atmosphere you choose to live in. You will set your days with intention, speak into your life with conviction, and expect the divine to meet you where you are. And it will, because alignment is not a gift given once. It is a state you can choose to remain in. These past 24 hours were your initiation into that state. You have crossed the invisible threshold. You've tasted what it's like to have heaven's hand on the clock of your life. And once you've experienced that, you can never go back to counting time the old way. The final chapter of these 24 hours arrives not with a roar, but with a deep, resounding stillness. The kind of stillness that feels alive, humming with invisible movement. You stand here now, at the close of a day unlike any other, knowing in your bones that something irreversible has happened. The air feels different, your thoughts feel clearer, and your spirit carries a weightless strength. You've crossed a point of no return, not because you left something behind, but because you've stepped fully into what was always meant for you. In this moment, you can look back and trace the invisible threads. How one decision led to an encounter, how a pause led to the perfect timing, how every detour was not a delay but a redirection. What felt like coincidence now reveals itself as design. This was never random. The universe, the divine, heaven itself, it all conspired to align your steps so perfectly that not a second was wasted. As the hours fade, you carry more than memories. You carry a blueprint. You now know how it feels when alignment is present, when destiny flows instead of resists. This knowledge becomes your compass. You won't chase endlessly anymore. You'll stand still when needed, move when called, and trust the timing with unwavering faith. The extraordinary is no longer a rare guest in your life. It is your new home. You will wake tomorrow, not as someone waiting for a miracle, but as someone who is the miracle. People will notice the shift without understanding it, and that's how it should be. Some things are too sacred to explain. They are meant to be lived. So as these 24 hours close, make yourself one promise. You will not shrink back into the familiar. You will not pretend this was an accident. You will hold this day in your spirit like a flame, letting it light the path ahead. Because what began today is not ending. It is only the first chapter of a greater story, and every step from here will be marked by the same precision, the same grace, and the same undeniable truth.